This is Rahul Dhatonde. Again, we are back with one more video. That is lesson number 2 from the Rich Dad Poor Dad. Financial literacy. What exactly financial literacy is? It's very important to understand. Looks like everyone knows that. They know they are financially fully literate and they understand all the concepts. But as a matter of the fact, it's not the case. In earlier chapter, we discussed that. Lesson number 1. What was that? Rich don't work for money, they have the money work for them. So rich plays very important game with the money. They understand the dynamics, that's why they are rich. Lesson 2, what we are going to discuss. Financial literacy. Everyone understand that literacy is important and they feel that they are literate. But that's not the case actually. So in today's video, we are going to discuss on 4 dimensions and 5th is one important app. I will explain you in the last stage. What are these 4 dimensions that everyone should understand on the literacy standpoint? Number 1, assets, liabilities, income, expenses. These are 4 dimensions, very important to understand. So first, asset. What is an asset? Asset is that investment that gives you, that puts money in your pocket as per Robert Kiyosaki. And I personally agree with that. Second, liabilities. The investments which you made that takes out money from your pocket, that's become your liability. Example is car. Asset example is what? Shares, mutual funds, notes and so on. Third, income. Fourth, expenses. So income is what? Everyone is aware. By doing job, we get a money. That's the income. Expenses. What are expenses? Expenses is nothing but you need to pay day to day your utility bills, your food, your transportation. That's our expenses. Now, there is a quite tight coupling of these 4 dimensions: income, expenses, asset and liabilities. Now, how poor people, middle class people and rich people play with these 4 dimensions? Let's understand that. And then you will understand the game of making money. So first, poor people, how they play it. People do job, gets money, and once the money comes, they spend all the money in the expenses. XYZ amount of money comes, XYZ amount money gone, zero left over, no savings. So poor day by day becoming more poor because there are factors. Inflation is growing and the growth on the salary standpoint, if you see, is not up to that high. There might be some cases, some organizations might be matching that, but not all. So that's the mentality of poor people. Now the next one, middle class people. How they play with these 4 quadrants. Middle class do jobs, get the money as an income from the jobs. They, as a part of expenses, they need to anyways pay their utility bills, foods, transportations and all. In addition to that, since they are so-called middle class, having slight higher income, they invest their money in liabilities. So what are the liabilities generally? As an example, if you take home furniture, right, cars and so on, if you take a lot of examples, some of might be asset, but if in case, that really puts the money in the pocket, else not. Now you understand that middle class earns money, expenses gone, and also they put the money in liabilities with the assumption that that's an asset, but that's not. So day by day, they make the money, but they still struggle to meet the financial ends, financial all kind of needs. So what needs to be done? So they again try to find new job to get more money. But as it's a natural habit that once you have more money, you'll spend more. So ultimately, middle class, it's getting trapped in the rat race. Morning 9 to 6 job, earn money, expenses, put the money in liabilities. That's how middle class also not growing. They are middle or becoming more poor. Now the third and most important is that rich people, how they handle their money. That's very important to understand. And it's really actually we need to consciously, after understanding that, to implement in our life. Honestly speaking, I started doing that and I am seeing the benefit out of it. From the last 4 to 5 years, I met with some people and with their advice and the way actually they were following, I try to learn some of the things from them and I see the difference. Now, rich people, how they play with these quadrants. Come on, Rich people, first of all, we need to understand that income sources, like we saw middle class, poor class, they have just only one income source. For the middle class, maybe one or two. For the rich, they have multiple sources of income. What are those? They might have interest accrual from various deposits, notes, investment in real estates, investment in stocks, investment in bonds that gives a yield and the dividends regularly. So their income column is full with number of options. And now expenses wise, of course they do have the expenses, but whatever money comes from various sources, where it goes, that mostly goes in again the assets. It's a reinvestment of whatever money they have earned in the assets only. So since asset column is getting increased, so ultimately the revenue is getting generated is more for them. So they have multiple sources of income, and day by day, if that process goes on, of course the income gets increased, assets gets increased, liabilities goes down. That way rich are becoming rich day by day, poor are becoming poor day by day. So this is the crux now. And last one of point I mentioned that I will explain at the end of the video. What was that? Cash flow. Cash flow is nothing but of the direction of money comes from and where it goes. Now you think about yourself, from where your money is coming, where you are putting the money, what you are getting as a return out of that, and then what corrective action you need to take it. If you do that, I'm sure then I would be happy that this video help to improve your financial literacy and starting the direction towards financial freedom. So that's why financial literacy is very important, and Robert Kiyosaki very well explained in this book. This book is amazing to start with a financial journey, a financial literacy, financial independence, a mindset, a discipline, how you are well disciplined. That's also matters. So with that, I would like to stop here. I hope I have explained in a very well manner with proper examples of these four quadrants: asset, liabilities, income, expenses, for poor people, for middle class, for rich class, and their cash flows. That's it. Pretty simple. So we'll stop here. Before stopping, just one question or just one request. If you guys have any questions, any comments related on the finance, please write it down in the comments. I'll try to respond on them. If I don't have the answers, I'll find the answers and get the answers for you. I would be happy to do that. That way, my knowledge also will get increased. And overall, the motto of doing these videos is only that: just increase the awareness and add value in someone's life. That's it.